Hey everyone, welcome to Joko Outdoors. My name is Ken, and today I'm going to be doing a review of 4 crossbow bolts that I've ordered. It's been a long-awaited time for some updates on my crossbow, so I think we're going to cut this into 2 videos so the video is not too long. But what I want to do is first do a review over the types of the 4 crossbow bolts that I have. So you guys already know about the Bloodsport one, the Bloodsport Witness, and I did a little review over it during my crossbow video. Actually, I did it under a broadhead video, and a little update on it. I did actually kill a deer this year with the Spitfires, and one thing I noticed is when I went and pulled it out of the ground, my broadhead was completely gone, and that insert, that brass insert, was also gone again. So I'm starting to wonder if it's a gluing issue in the bolt or what it is. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Bloodsport Witness, the Barnette Headhunter, the Reegox, I'm not sure if they have a name for theirs, and then I'm going to do the Black Eagle Executioner. So those are going to be the 4 I'm going to look at. Alright, I don't know how well you can be able to see this. You know, I'm trying to get this thing to show up. Alright, so first one I'm going to look at is the Bloodsport Witness. I'm going to measure, see how many grains it is. We're going to compare it against their description. And I don't know if you can see that, it says 322.5. Let me write that down. 322.5. Alright. Now, this is a 20-inch bolt. So I'm going to measure this. The Executioner is also a 20-inch bolt. So I'm going to measure it pound for pound. But the thing about it is these manufacturers tell us that it doesn't matter what length they are, they're all going to be the same weight overall. Alright, so that one coming in at 333.3. That's the Executioner. Alright, so that's 2 20-inch bolts. Now let's look at the 22-inch bolts. And first one I'll put up here is the one that came with my crossbow, the Barnette Headhunter 22-inch. Wow, it is only 299.7 grains. That's kind of surprising. I thought that one would be up there with the rest of them. 299.8. So right now it's sitting 33. Well, I just noticed something. It's sitting 30 grains lower. And one thing I want to point out is these other ones have brass inserts. This one has it's like an aluminum insert. So that could be the difference in the weight. And one thing I found out about that is it also cuts down on the forward. Now this one does have a brass insert on it. This is the Reegox, or Reegox, however you say it, Reegox. This is the Aries, A-R-E-S, Aries. Reegox Aries. So set this guy on here and see what's going on. And that one comes out at 329.7. So it's just same as the other ones were, basically. So I gotta say that it's probably the brass insert that's making the difference. 329.9. So it's almost about 330. So it's pretty comparable with the 20-inch bolts. Alright, so that's the first one we're gonna do. Let's look at that, and now we're going to look at the specs. Alright, so let's get down to it. Okay, so I went and looked on the website for each one of these, and I was very surprised at how, some of them had a lot of information, and some of them had information. So I had to go search around a little bit to get some good comparison information. Alright, so the first one I'm going to start off with is the Black Eagle. Black Eagle Company is based out of Georgia. They make their own bolts there. never shot them before, but I've heard good things about them. And in fact, one of our subscribers recommended them to me, and I have not shot it yet. That's coming up on the part 2 of this review. All right, so the Black Eagle Executioner. Now, Black Eagle has two different crossbow bolts. They have the Executioner, and they've got the Zombie Killer. Well, I looked at the Zombie Killer, and it actually, I had considered it because it weighs a little more than the Executioner does, and I was looking for a little more kinetic energy. And one of the things I'm going to be doing through these tests is I'm going to shoot all 4 of these bolts out of my Barnette Headhunter STR, which is supposed to be at 375. I'm going to run it through a chrono with a 100 grain field tip on it, and then I'm going to put a 125 field tip on it and see how much difference it makes in the speed. I'm curious because I've been looking at, last year I hunted with and actually all my entire life I've been hunting with 100 grain broadheads, and I had considered changing over to a heavier broadhead. And one of the people that I subscribe to on YouTube is Death by Bungee, and if you guys have ever seen his show, he has a lot of good information about different crossbows, and he talks about kinetic energy a lot, and that's where I kind of got the idea about it. So at any rate, so the Executioner bolts come in both 20 and 22 inches, and they actually have an 18-inch bolt with 3-inch vanes on it, or 2-inch vanes rather. So I'm not going to be putting any 18-inch bolts out of this crossbow. That's too small. It almost won't even stick past the riser. So I think that would be very dangerous. But the 20 and the 22 come with 3-inch vanes, and they're what they call castle vanes, and I think they look pretty cool. So they've got these kind of like castle type. I thought that was pretty neat. Pretty good looking little arrow. It comes with both moon nocks and flat nocks, so they're replaceable. It comes with both. One of the things that got me when I first started looking at Black Eagle is they have a guarantee on straightness, which when they talk about straightness, they say that most people do straightness on a 28-inch arrow. They do a full length shaft, and then they cut that down after they check the stiffness. And these particular bolts here are .001, and they have .003 straightness as well. But they say, when they write it out, they say at the most .003. So that's pretty high, pretty high straightness, I think, for the money. I showed you it has brass inserts, and those brass inserts for the 20-inch bolt weigh 110 grains. So if you take that out, drop it by 110 grains. The 22-inch bolt has a 92 grain brass insert, and that's what I was talking about. So the length shouldn't make any difference because they're all supposed to be relatively the same weight, and that's how they do it. They change the inserts. So why I'm leaning towards I had started looking at 22-inch bolts, thinking, okay, the total weight. So we want forward weight for the most kinetic energy, and it helps with speed retention as well. The bolts, according to the website, weigh 326 without field points, and when we weighed them, it came out to be 333.3 grains. So pretty close. I mean, we talk about 7 grains off, and depends on your scale you use. I mean, I'm using a Franklin Arsenal scale that I use for reloading, so I feel I have pretty high confidence about that scale, and I think it's pretty doggone accurate. It does not include any field points, so sometimes the broadheads will come with, the bolts will come with they'll have field points already installed, which some of them that we got do. And it says that the outer diameter is 3.46 inches. Now that's pretty standard. I think everybody was about there, somewhere around between 344 and 346. So pretty close to the same on all of them. And they say that it weighs 9 grams per inch. So I don't like that measurement, because then that would give you the indication that a 22-inch bolt would weigh less than a 22-inch bolt. A 20-inch bolt would weigh less than a 22-inch bolt. So I don't like that particular one. I never have liked grams or grains per inch. Never have liked that one. So, but like I said, it comes with half moon nocks, but it also came with the flat nocks as well. The next one is going to be our Barnette. Now these are the ones that came with my crossbow. Came with 2 of these jokers. And as far as the grand scheme of these bolts, I'm kind of meh on them. I didn't like them when I shot them. They just didn't seem to have a very good grouping. You know, with my, especially when I shot the Bloodsports and I could, you know, stick them almost in the same hole. This one kind of had a little bit of a spray on it. And I don't know if it's related to something with the bolt or what, I don't know. But this was one that I had a hard time finding any information on. I had to go look all over the place. Now one thing about, I forgot to mention, the Executioner comes in 6 packs. So it comes with a 6-pack. You can order them at 6, or you can order them in 12. Or if you're really adventurous, you go on their website, you can order 144. I saw that, I'm like, holy moly, that's a big old giant box of bolts there. You know, maybe Walmart needs to start selling these, because the ones at Walmart are pretty booty. Now Barnette says that theirs weighs 13.78 grams or grains per inch, and that's kind of funny because it weighs less than any of the other ones. So I don't know how the Executioner says it weighs 9 grains per inch, and this one says 13.78 grains per inch. I'm gonna have to flag on the play here, and it says here it comes in 20 to 22 inches bolts as well, and it weighs 303 grains without the insert. Well, that's kind of funny because we measured at 299.8, so I think that's the measurement. 303 is probably the measurement with the insert, not without the insert, like they put on their website. So not too really over the moon on that one. It does have moon nocks on it. Like I said, this one measures at 3.44 inches, has 3-inch vanes, the regular standard, or boning vanes. I think these have got boning vanes on them. Yeah, this has got 3-inch boning vanes on them. So that's a pretty standard for most crossbolts. And it also says 320 grains with no fill point. So right now, I already you know, Barnette's information that they have is all wrong. You know, you just looked at it. There's no way it didn't even come anywhere close to 300, much less 320. So got to give it a big old fail on that one. And I was joking about the Walmart thing because, you know, I'd like to see some good quality bolts there, because I actually saw Barnette bolts at Walmart for a discounted price, and I was kind of bummed because I love my crossbow. I think Barnette's a great company, and I have to, when you have a great company, it'd be like Dodge putting their sticker on a Volkswagen Bug. You know, just, you know, if you drive a Volkswagen, I apologize. You know, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to make a point of, if you're going to be a high quality company, you need to sell everything in your company needs to be high quality. Just saying. So Barnette, if you're listening, you need to get them arrows out of Walmart and get you something that actually represents your company. All right, next one is the Reegox. Now, Reegox, I tried to look their company up on the internet, and no. So I found these on Amazon, and there's a couple of reviews on them that they're pretty high praise on these. So they come in both 20 and 22 inches as well. They come in a 6-pack. And they do come with 100 grain field points with them. So kind of cool with that. Oh, the Barnette ones did come with field points, by the way. I'm wondering, let me look at this right quick. Oh, 320 grains with point, with the 100 grain field point. So I misread my notes. All right, my bad. All right, so now the Reegox one has a 4-inch vein on it. So it's the only one who has a super duper long vein on it. You know, the other ones have 3-inch veins. This one has a 4-inch vein on it. Make a difference? I have no idea. I'm throwing my bolts all over the place here. Does it make a difference? I have no idea. But at the end of the day, you know, well, guess we'll see. We'll see if the 4 inches fly any better than the 3 inches. I don't know. It also has brass inserts. It says that it is 425 grains with the 100 grain inside of it, and it reads 329 grains without it. So yeah, I'm going to go with that's pretty accurate. So they say with 100 grain, it's a 425 grain assembly. So can't complain with that. And the one thing that they did state on the Amazon site is that this is compatible with my bow. So, you know, kudos to that, because, you know, if you go to Barnette's site, they tell you don't shoot anything but that Headhunter with the Hunter STR, Whitetail Hunter STR. So, you know, I'm not a big conformance to companies dictating the bolts or the arrows you can shoot with your bow. You know, there's a lot of companies out there that make good quality equipment that I'm sure are just as good as anybody else. But the fact that this one stated that it is, and it's a aftermarket company, you know, pretty pleased with that. All right, and then last but not least, the Bloodsport Witness. You know, the one that I used all last season, that I really don't have anything good to say about it, because everything about this arrow is a lie, except for the specifications, because that actually matched up. All right, so Bloodsport comes in a 6-pack as well. So the only one that comes in a shortest pack, and this is kind of funny too, is the Barnette. The Barnette comes only in a 5-pack. Everybody else 6-packs. So tell me what that's all about. I don't know. The Bloodsport has a .003 straightness, 325 grains. And we look at the Bloodsport, and it's 332 grains, so yeah, a little bit off on that one. It's a 3.44 inch diameter. This says it has 4-inch vanes, but these are not 4-inch vanes. This is 3-inch vanes. So, you know, and it said it had a 300 spine on it. Now, I know that number is important for a compound bow. Particularly when you're shooting particular speeds or weights in compound bows, you're supposed to use a particular spine. This is the only one I've ever seen mentioned with a spine on it. And a 300 spine at 375 feet per second, I'm wondering if that may be part of my problem, is the spine on this is not strong enough to be able to handle that speed. So, could be part of my problem, you know, the thing I've been looking at. So that's why I started looking at bolts in the first place. All right, so that's the 4 that we're going to be looking at as far as shootability. And we're going to take those out here, and we're going to run them through its paces. So I'll join you outside. Well, after looking at the time, I don't want to make this video one of those long videos, so I'm going to split it into 2 different ones. So what I want to do is I'm going to put this one up with the review of the bolts and the weights and stuff, and then we're going to take it outside and shoot and put that on a separate video. So I want you to remember to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share our videos so people can see what's going on here at Joko Outdoors, and put comments down so we can see what you think. And remember this, that this is God's country. See you next time.